right, welcome back, everyone. Super excited today. Look, what we have here is we have a special guest, Destiny. Destiny, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, what's going on?
Nothing much.
Yeah,
Just, life.
yeah. What's up, Blake?
What's going
You had
on?
a you had
Back
a big
again.
day today, huh?
Big day.
Yeah, big day.
day.
Tell us about it.
Well, I wish it was a great big day,
Yeah.
but had some unfortunate news come up, and just kind of have to roll with the punches. Sometimes we have some bad news come up, and
Yeah.
today, unfortunately, we found out that one of my buyers was fraudulent and
Yeah.
wasn't actually telling the truth of what he, had in his bank, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of time and money wasted, but it's all right because we're just gonna move on and help the people that actually want to
Yeah,
help.
absolutely. I think it was like one of those things we talked about. And Destiny, as you learn, you get the women's intuition. I think men have it too, right? We all have that intuition. And so Blake before was working with the buyer before in a previous escrow, and he was like, "Man, I just feel something's off." And I was like, "Go with your gut," right? And so typically when something's wrong, like you feel it in your gut, like in
Mhm.
real estate, it's going to happen. You just got to roll with it and kind of trust that your instincts are going to lead you in the right way.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
What made you think that?
I don't know. It was just I had this gut feeling that a lot of like red flags were popping up, and I wanted to believe it was real,
Mhm.
just because it was a real big one. But I should have really took that in consideration and really looked deeper before spending all that time and effort.
Yeah.
yeah, before when the team was growing, I had a lot of female agents. First thing I always told them, because when they would be like, something feels off, I'm like, don't meet the guy. It's not worth your life, or it's not
Mhm.
worth an accident. And so handed out tasers to everyone. But better than that is to ask one of the male agents to go with you to a showing or a company just in case,
Mhm.
especially when you feel something's off. So
Yeah.
it's a good learning experience right off the bat for you. But Destiny, I mean, we want to have some fun here. I want the audience, I want our people, our viewers to get to know you a little bit. So tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're getting into real estate, and we're kind of focused a little bit on. We'll go a little deeper on that.
So my wife for sure is my family, my kids, my two kids, and my husband. Um, I've always actually really wanted to be in like the industry, but I never really knew how.
Yeah.
And so well, my main goal is to flip houses
Yeah.
one day, but
Yeah.
but this is a start, yeah. And yeah, for sure my kids motivate me.
Yeah.
My kids, my and especially like being uh, in my past, like I didn't have much, so I want different for my kids.
Yeah.
So that's definitely.
Good. So, but why real estate? And I know you want to flip houses, and why now?
Hmm.
Like,
Well, I've actually always wanted. Well, ever since I was like in middle school, I've
yeah.
always dreamed of that day where I always envisioned myself flipping houses.
In middle school.
Yeah, I used to watch
Oh,
HGTV all the time.
Wow. So, I mean, you're young. So, when you say middle school,
Yeah.
like we're
like
talking
5 years
like 10
ago.
years ago when HGTV was just blowing
Yeah,
up, right?
yeah.
So, it's hard to fathom because I'm like 10 years ago, it's like we're knee deep in real estate. It's like everybody's trying to become a home flipper.
Mhm.
And I saw the market out here and everybody was overpaying for homes.
Mhm.
And so because everyone was watching HGTV too,
Mhm.
and everyone thought it was that easy. And so homes that shouldn't have been flipped were getting flipped because people were overpaying because they were like, oh, there's potential for money to be made. And so we're outbidding each other to try to flip these homes, and they were buying them for the prices that they should be reselling for. And so for like 2 years, it was really tough out here.
Mhm.
And so we saw all the home flippers like pretty much lose a lot of money and leave the business. And
Mhm.
so it's calmed down a bit. But when you say 10, like junior high, I'm like, what?
Recent.
Like who dreams about like flipping homes in junior high? But it
Yeah.
was like recently, it was all over
Yeah. You know
TV.
who
So
motivated me is Chip and Joanna.
Chip and Joanna Gaines, yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably
Those are
one of
good.
my favorite flippers.
Yeah.
I think we did a recent poll like last year or 2 years ago, and it was really hot, and they had probably had the most votes of who, like, if you were to have someone come in and flip your home,
Oh
who would
yeah,
it
for
be? And it was Chip
sure.
and Joanna Gaines.
They got great
Yes,
style.
they
Yeah,
do.
They got great
yeah.
style.
Yeah.
And then I think second behind them were the original ones, Tarek and
Oh yeah, yes. And
yeah,
Christina.
yeah. They were
Mhm.
like the original ones. They're OG
Yeah.
flippers out here.
Mhm.
So I've showed some of the homes they flipped out here. Pretty nice,
Yeah.
good quality. So that's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. They actually reached out to us, me, a few times to get on their show. Yeah,
What?
HGTV. It just wasn't a good fit, and timing was off always. But yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, you might have
Dang.
seen me on TV if I, if I pulled the
Wow.
trigger. Yeah, it would have been a full circle
Well,
right
we
there. You're
got
like,
it.
dude, you look familiar. Yeah, but you told us your why.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you work a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
You don't work close by here,
I don't.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's get behind this. Like, why did you pick Park Group Real Estate? Like, why did you choose to work with successful agents like Blake and myself?
Well, honestly, I found you on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found the Park Group one
Yeah.
on social media.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think I messaged you or someone.
Did you message?
I don't know. I know I emailed.
You
I
emailed. You
emailed.
emailed your resume.
I did email my resume.
Yeah.
I was like desperate to get
Yeah.
into it. Yeah, I saw you guys on Instagram and I was like, dang, they're a vibe.
Okay. Oh, so
And
you
then I
like the
saw and
vibe?
yeah, the vibe, like how I noticed how you were like,
Yeah.
you know, you would always coach
Yeah.
your your agents and then my husband's like, oh wait, is Blake is Blake
Oh yeah,
the part?
yeah.
And
Your
I was like,
husband
oh
follows Blake.
yeah,
He's a
yeah,
huge fan, right? Yeah.
yeah.
That's
That's
cool. You should bring him
crazy.
into the
Yeah,
office.
yeah. And I was like, oh shoot. I was like, that is. But we noticed that like after I emailed you. So yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, look. So you're not licensed yet.
No.
You're studying. You're actually waiting for the state exam to happen. Hopefully in
Yes.
the next 2 weeks,
Mhm.
where you will be licensed. But let's go to why you show up. I mean, you work full-time job.
Mhm.
First of all, tell the people, what time do you wake up every morning? Because this is crazy.
At 3:30 in the morning. So I
To do
wake
what?
up to work out and then I make breakfast and get ready and then I start my full-time job and then right after I get ready again or
Yeah.
do things, you know, after work and then I head over here.
And then you head over here at like, you drive through traffic about an hour, and you're here at like 2:30, 3 o'clock,
Mhm.
and you're here till like 8 o'clock making
To like
calls.
yeah,
So
to
you're working almost 2
6.
full-time jobs, and this one's not even paying you,
Nope.
right? And but
No.
you show up every day. Why?
Because I want it. I want to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
learn for
Your
sure.
I
actions
love
speak
that.
for it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many people
Thank
are gonna
you.
do that. Your why is super strong.
Yeah.
So that's why you're able to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely
that's
trying. It's hard, but you know, I'm trying.
yeah. I mean, because it's the same thing. Like Blake did the same thing when he first started. He would show up every day and leave when the team left every night. Stayed
Dang,
like
yeah.
15 hours, and there's no work, but he
Yeah.
made himself study,
Mhm.
made himself listen, and he's a testament to putting in the work and
Mhm.
being
Sure.
consistent, right? We always talk about consistency.
Mhm.
You show up every day. You're kind of like Blake. That's like, hey, make the video. Okay, I really don't want to, but then you go in and do it. Like, I don't have to tell you twice. I don't have to ask you twice,
Yeah.
right? You just go and do it.
Mhm.
And so I think, you're committed to it. And that's why we have you here on this podcast, like just to talk about yourself and to brand you, because you want the people to get to know you, right? So, and to build that trust
Mhm.
and to build the brand, right? You have
For
to
sure.
put yourself out there on video, right?
Yeah.
But so you wake up at 3:30, you work out every day,
Mhm.
you cook breakfast for your family. I know you told me you want to spend time with your kids, and so
Mhm.
that's why you wake up early.
Yeah.
So you work a full-time job from like 6 to 2.
Mhm.
You work 8 hours, and then at 3 o'clock you're here making calls for the next 5 hours.
Yes.
Pretty much Monday through Friday.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
I love that work ethic. Yeah, there's not many people out there that would do
It's
that.
admirable.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have to you put the sacrifices in now, so that when you're licensed, I mean, pretty much. So let's say this, like, you sent me the resume. Me and
Mhm.
Michelle looked at it. We're like, I was
Yeah.
like, "Mike, she's not even licensed."
Mm.
I'm like, nah, nah. I was like, because
Dang.
no, look. So Blake knows, like, because I coach, I mentor,
Mhm.
and people don't take it.
Yeah.
It's like that's what they say they come here for, but no one really listens. And so, it's a lot of energy and effort, and the coach and the training that Michelle does. Like, you haven't gone through it yet, but it's a lot of work hours, and it's a lot of manpower, and it's a lot of money out of pocket, right? Because
Mhm.
I pay Michelle's salary. She turns around half the day spending coaching and training and stuff, and no one really listens or gets it,
Yeah.
like, to the point how you guys get it. And so they're not really like committed.
Mhm.
There's no consistency. It's like this. It's like a rave, like, and so when I called you, though, because we're like, okay, we're not taking on any newer agents, and she's not even licensed. Like, I'm not even gonna call her. Like, I reviewed. I was like, when I got to that point, I was like, forget it. And it was funny because we do our one-on-ones, and
Mhm.
then Blake was like,
Mhm.
man, my business is getting so big. Like I'm getting too many leads. I'm so overwhelmed. Like, what can I do? And I immediately thought, okay, we need an ISA. What better way? Let me reach out to Destiny, because I remember on your resume you did calls, like
Oh
you did
yeah,
like
that's like the
calls.
main thing I did. Always on the phone.
So
Yeah.
it kind of was like, oh, let's put two and two together. I called you. We set an interview up for like the next day or the same day, I
Mhm.
think. And you came in and we talked and we connected. And I loved the passion. I thought like, man, she gets it.
Mhm.
So we had you start, I think like the next day,
Yeah.
right? It's like, hey, are you willing to come in and make phone calls for 5 hours,
Mhm.
knowing that you work a full time job? Like, are you committed? And you're like, yes, I am. And you showed up the next day
Yeah.
and you didn't even know what you're doing. And we had one role, right? One role
One
playing,
role play.
one piece of paper, and it's like, go make calls.
Yeah.
How's that been? Like,
It's been
how's that
tough.
experience
It's
been?
I mean I'm always learning for
Yeah,
sure, and I'm still not good on the
yeah,
phone, but I'm trying. It's definitely hard. Like
yeah,
I don't know. Like talking to people, you're always getting hung up on.
yeah.
And then yeah. um,
I think
But
that's like all of us though. Like
Yeah.
even me and Samuel, every conversation we're getting a little bit better. We're never
Yeah,
perfect, and that's
yeah,
for
what I
sure.
love about real estate is that
yeah,
you never know everything and have the
Mhm.
best conversation every time. You always have that room to grow.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think even now, like I stumble over my words. Like, I was, oh, so the Eastville home,
Mhm.
the open house we did.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're in escrow, so we do something called circle prospecting. So we call now all the neighbors. We get all the phone numbers, and we tell them, hey, we were just able to get your neighbor a great deal. Like, would you be interested in selling?
Mhm.
Had a great first conversation.
Mhm.
Like, I called a couple of neighbors. They were super excited. He's like, man, I want to talk to you again. He's like, call me back at 4. Called him at 4 right before our podcast. Called him 3 times. He didn't pick up. Right. But
Yeah.
that's just part of our business.
Yeah,
And I
that's
had a
just
great conversation with him. And I told him what I did for the Eastville home. He was super excited because he's not looking to move until like later this year.
Mhm.
But as soon as I told him what happened, he goes, call me back. I want to know more. And he didn't pick up. But it's okay because it happens. So I'm going to call him again tomorrow.
Mhm.
But after a few calls, Michelle, sent me over some more leads, and I called them, and they were like, "No, not interested. I'm just not a good time." And instead of digging deeper and using magic words, I was just like, "Okay, thank you for your time," and I hung up. Right, and as soon as I hung up, I was like, Michelle, I was like, "Oh, I should have dug deeper." I just like, "Hey, when's a better time to call?"
Yeah.
Or something. At least leverage, the fact that she was on the phone, and
Mhm.
I just let it go. And so, but it's remember you were on that what is it, the Zoom with Phil Jones.
Oh yeah.
You have to
Mhm.
be able to edit yourself.
Yeah.
And
Working on it for
I'm
sure.
able to edit myself like immediately
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, I know what I said, I know what I
Mhm.
did wrong, and I catch it. I'm like, I know I messed up.
Mhm.
I didn't do my job.
You have to have that.
You have to have that, right? And it's like that's why we have our systems in place where you can go in and listen to your phone calls again and edit yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so, but you have the willingness to do that and to put yourself out there and put yourself on video. And so I love that work ethic
I think
because
that's
Thank
one
you.
of the best things you have going for you too is that you're
yeah,
coachable.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
for
one of the
sure.
main things because you're
Mhm.
being consistent and you're being coachable.
Mhm.
If you have those two things, you're off to a great start.
Yeah.
yeah. Give her some more tips, Blake. I love this.
I mean, it's just that's the two main things, and then staying disciplined too.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the
Skipping.
times I know me and Sam have talked to you, it gets hard, it gets lonely. You go through a
Mhm.
lot, but you just keep going even when it's tough. You push through those times, and you get to those really good times too.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a lonely business. Look how big this office. Okay, look, we got 4,400 square feet of office space in here, and there's 4 of us, and we're in like 10 square feet right here. Right, it gets lonely in here because it's like it's just us, and
Yeah.
we're putting in the work, right? And
Mhm.
obviously, we have a few more agents that put in the work as well, and they're out there showing homes or shooting property, but it's like we want to build this culture out here now, and I want to have fun, and this is why it's like even now, like we're all like, "Ah, let's have fun, Destiny." Like,
Come on,
tell us,
Destiny,
yeah,
get loose.
you
I have
know,
so much fun.
what do you like to do on your free time? Like, tell us what's Destiny like on an
Spend
off
as
day?
much time with my family for sure.
Yeah,
I feel like there's always something going on every weekend, so I don't
yeah,
have time to
yeah.
to do much that I enjoy. But I mean, I enjoy being with my family, and that's what I do.
Oh, here's a tough
My free
question. Here's
time.
a tough follow-up question to that now. Now
What?
so you love spending time with your
I
family on the
love.
weekends,
Yeah.
right? So now you're getting into real estate where
Mhm.
if you're not working on the weekends, you're not producing.
Yeah, for sure.
So how are you going to make that transition from
my plan is to go, go full time and
Oh, I
be
know
able
the
to.
plan. I've
Yeah,
heard it a lot.
yeah.
But my question is more of what does that transition look like between going full time and then going from a full time mom now to a full time realtor,
Wait, can
right?
you
Because
ask that?
you want to spend the weekends with your kids.
Yeah.
Now
Mhm.
you have to be working.
No, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I know I'm gonna have to sacrifice a lot or all of my time.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
When they're older, I can actually, and when I'm more successful, obviously, I can spend a little more time than than like the average mom out
Yeah.
there. So, yeah.
Nice.
Is that what you're asking? I hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Just whatever. There's no right or wrong answer here. Have fun. Hey, we have some camera difficulties right now, so I'm gonna have Blake take over. You guys chat.
All right, so going back to you like to just spend time with your family.
Mhm.
Let's say you get Sammy asked me this on another podcast. You get 2 days.
Mhm.
What are you guys doing? Like you got nothing planned. Everyone's off. What are you guys doing?
Probably going from my parents' house to his parents' house.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's always like that every time. Every
just
chance we get is just visiting other family members. Yeah.
If you could go on a vacation, where would you go?
Vacation. Oh. I haven't even.
You and your family have any like dream vacations, like Hawaii or anything like that?
No.
Not a vacation type.
I am, but I'm not very if I'm being honest, I don't care to go out of
Yeah.
the US. No, I don't care. But I mean, it would be nice. Obviously, I never thought about
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I
yeah.
really have no desire to go out,
me
but
either.
Yeah, I'm not a traveler. Like
Yeah.
Hawaii, I love Hawaii. Okay, first
Yeah?
Hawaii is my favorite. That's my jam there.
What?
Like I go to Hawaii by myself, and I'll spend a week there, and I'll enjoy every single moment I'm out there.
Yeah.
I love the beach,
Mm-hmm.
but just the weather out there and the beaches are
The
so
weather?
warm.
Really?
If it like it's not humid, it's there's always a breeze.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
always make sure I get ocean. Like I'm always staring at the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'll spend a little bit of money to have the ocean views
Mhm.
and be like steps away from the beach. But I walk around like last time I was there, I rented a scooter. I went around the entire island and I stopped at every beach and I just swam.
Wow.
And I did what all the locals. I went to like the famous shrimp trucks. I'm like, hey, where should I go? He's like, go cliff jumping. So I went
So you
cliff
went?
jumping off 100th foot.
No
Like,
way.
yeah, it was like it was crazy.
Dang.
I did everything. I
you
rented
did
a
some
scooter.
scuba diving too,
I
right?
did scuba diving.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And the water is just so warm out there. Like out here, it's like we learned how to scuba dive. We got licensed, so we had to go to Catalina.
Mm.
Wear wetsuits. It's like on a good day, it's like 70 degrees, but it's like cold.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like 60 degrees. I mean, you're like shivering like
Mhm.
5 minutes after you jump in. Out there, it was just swim trunks in the tank. No shirt, no
Dang. See, that's
shirt.
nice.
Wow.
It's like 85 degrees.
Mhm.
It's like you don't want to get out of the water. Yeah. And then the
Dang.
food there is just amazing. The food
Yeah.
scene there is pretty amazing.
Hawaiian
So
food.
office trip.
Yeah,
right?
office trip. Yeah, everyone does 50 deals. I'll pay for it. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. What were you guys talking about besides that?
Just family. Like if
Yeah.
I was asking her like same thing you asked me, like if she had 2 days off, I mean, where's
Yeah.
she going? What is she doing with her family? And she said just visiting with family.
Yeah, going to
With
LA.
different family, yeah.
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 She's always in LA.
Yeah. Yep. With family.
Yeah. What else?
What else? Like,
I
what
mean, this is your time to shine, Destiny. Like,
Let the people know.
this is destiny right here.
What else would I be doing? Honestly, anything that my kids want to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
All right. Since it seems like you don't like to talk about stuff, let me ask you a question. So, why should someone work with you? Why should someone hire Destiny? Why are we having so many camera issues today? It's okay. Why should someone work with Destiny?
Because I'm I'm just saying. Because I genuinely care about people.
Yeah.
I feel like when someone genuinely cares about you, they'll really take care of you, and I
Yeah.
feel like I'm that person. So
Ooh, good
I like
answer.
that.
I like that
Yeah.
answer. I think
Yeah.
Blake knows. Like, if you care about your
yeah, for
client,
sure.
it's gonna show,
Yeah.
and you're gonna figure out whatever you need to figure out
Mhm.
to go help them.
Yes.
Right? You're
sure.
not just gonna be like, oh my god, like, right? 'Cause
Mhm.
it's like if I care about this client or I care about this person, I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you lead with that, it shows
Mhm.
your value
Yeah.
proposition just becomes like 10x more than everybody else that is chasing the commissions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
going
For
that
sure.
extra mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I have a question. So, what is like getting into real estate? I know you want to get into flipping, but like on the real estate side of helping people buy, sell, what are you looking forward to the most? Like, is it
On
the first-time home buyers, investors? Like, what about it like most excites you?
For sure, first time homebuyers because like the excitement.
Mhm.
I want to
Help them achieve that.
yeah, to find their first home, but also like giving the families like what helping families accomplish goals for sure because like I said I didn't have much then, but I want to help people like accomplish those goals that they
For sure.
set
Yeah.
for themselves.
Same thing like how you're trying to do for your family too,
Mhm.
right? Like kind of make that different path for your
Yes,
family.
for
and,
sure, for
you
sure.
know, have that life for your kids that you wish you would have had.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm on the same path too. It's
Yeah.
like, I didn't grow up with, I like middle class,
Oh, okay.
but a lot of my friends growing up were very, very wealthy.
Hmm.
And for me, it was like growing up, it's hard to feel like I'm missing out on that stuff.
See,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's exactly how I felt. I felt
Yeah.
like I missed out on so much, but I mean, it makes you the person who you
For
are today.
sure. For sure. It makes you driven. Like now, look where you're at right
Yeah,
now,
for
right?
sure.
It's making you put in that work to actually have that life for your kids.
Hmm.
I don't have kids yet, but eventually, down the road, if I'm blessed to have that
Mhm.
opportunity, I want to make sure they're taken care
Oh,
of the
yeah.
way I wish,
Yeah.
I had that life.
Yeah.
Cut it there for a second.
What's up? You guys stuck?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like that was pretty good though. No.
Yeah, that was a good clip, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. We'll keep going. Because we could just edit it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
cut it.
Yeah.
Can I get water? I'm scared that I'm gonna.
Oh no. What did you guys talk about? What was a good clip?
What are we talking? Oh, just like growing up of how like, how she said she wants a better life for her kids.
Yeah.
And I was just saying like growing up, like I'd look at my friends doing certain things I wasn't able to do just because I wasn't in that position to. And
That was me, dude.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
too?
Oh yeah, I couldn't because we were immigrant. Like we were
Yeah.
we were poor immigrants. Like I mean, I don't ever remember like never having anything,
Yeah.
but we just always had enough. And like
Mhm.
I always share their stories. Like my parents we grew up in the church, and like they told us countless times where they come home from church and they'd open up the Bible and there's just enough money that to pay the rent or pay some bills or buy groceries for the week because they were going to be short that week.
Mhm.
And no one told them who was giving the money. It was just people were just helping
Wow.
because they knew like my parents needed to help. And we were 3 boys growing up and we ate a lot.
Mhm.
And my parents were waking up at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. going to because they were selling fruit on the streets in Philadelphia. And so they were fruit vendors for a while. And so, they had to go to the markets every morning, buy the fresh fruit, go set up their, fruit stand on the streets. And then they come home at like 8 o'clock at night. So we never see them. Like
Yeah.
we grew up
It's
by ourselves. I
hard.
was here with Blake the other day. It's like, man, when I come from school and I walk 2 miles, like with my brothers, I'd go straight to the park
Mhm.
across the street and play with the kids till like 8 o'clock at night until it's
Mhm.
dark. And there was no adult supervision. And that's how we just were raised, and that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
And I just remember it was like a lot of times it was like rice and water.
Yep.
That's how we
Mhm.
like take old rice, pour cold water on it, and eat it.
Mhm.
And that was dinner. And so, yeah, like I mean, I totally get it. Like when it comes from a place of like, always wanting to give back, like even now, like I want my family to have everything. I don't have a family for like I'm not married with kids, but like my niece, like I want to do stuff for her,
Yeah.
but to a certain extent, right? I don't want to.
Mhm.
We don't want to spoil and stuff like that. But yeah,
Mhm.
even with like my staff, my off, like I want to have fun. But the thing is, like we got to put in the work first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
I
one.
feel like that's what really drove me, and I feel like it's probably the same for you guys
Yeah.
too. It's like, and in that moment when you're young, you're like, oh man, like I wish I was doing that. But now I'm like thankful for that because
Yeah,
now
for
it's
sure.
like really pushed me to go that extra mile where
Yeah.
most people wouldn't go
Mhm.
just because I wanted that bad for my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else drives you guys? Like, for me, it's like everything is God.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, so even that's like family, like that's not right. It's like what drives me is like, the why is my mom was praying like years ago. It's like, God, I'm praying and feel like God wants you to go back to real estate. That's my why. There's no excuse after that. It's like,
Mm.
okay, if this is what I'm meant to be and this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I might not be the best at it, but I'm going to give it my all. And I'm going to do my best to like, help grow the office, help grow the team, and do what I got to do,
Yeah.
Like, I know your whys are your family,
Mhm.
But what else motivates you? Like,
I think that's the same thing we talk about a
Yeah.
lot too. Is it's number one is God,
Yeah.
right? I mean, obviously we want to help our families, but
Mhm.
I know we talk about we sometimes forget about that, and we
Yeah.
constantly have to take that moment away to pray because we start thinking about our own self and our own wants when maybe that's not what God wants for us,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So it's like taking that step back and really just praying and giving it to God. Like I know a lot, like how you were just saying the other day, it's like you were kind of holding all that stress and all
Yeah.
that about what's going on, and just being able to let that go and just let God be in control. I think was
Yeah, I think like it has to be a daily reminder,
Yeah.
right? Because as if you forget, man, every day, little by little, it just gets to you again,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I mean, you're gonna learn real quick, like the emotions and the stresses that we go
Yeah.
through on a daily, especially when you're doing a volume, because
Mhm.
man, not every we don't get along with all of our clients,
Yeah.
because there are some difficult clients. Like, even my Eastville
Like
right now,
that.
she is difficult, right?
Mhm.
Trying to match her, and they're not grateful either.
Mhm.
I just made her an extra 170 grand. She doesn't blink an eye. She doesn't care.
Oh,
It's all
yeah.
about what she wants.
Yeah.
And getting her discounts and getting everybody else to like pay for this and that.
Mhm.
I went above and beyond. Not once did she ever say thank you.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't drive me.
Mhm.
I care about her still. Like
Mhm.
she's my client, and so I'll do whatever it takes to get this.
Mhm.
Like I told Blake, like it's like God, I made her so much money, and I'm doing it on a discount. I don't feel like I want to go the extra mile, but I went the extra mile. I got an extra
Yeah.
100 grand.
You still did it.
I still
Yeah.
did it. We still put in the work, even when we don't want to.
Mhm.
And so you need some thick skin in this business. That's
For sure.
You got thick skin.
I like to think I do,
Yeah.
but
Everybody does. Everybody says
Just
no
wait.
one. I don't think anyone's ever sat in there and says, "No, I have thin skin. Like it's gonna bother me." Everyone's like said, right? They can take
pretty
it.
much. But then once it hits you, it's like,
Yeah.
oh man, But as you progress through the business, you kind of just adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, getting hung up on once or twice or getting told to shut up once or twice is like nothing.
Yeah.
But it's the everyday stress of, when they're having to deal with a client.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, like within the process, like how do you deal with those difficult clients?
Just pray. And then also don't let it affect me.
Yeah.
I mean, it affects me though sometimes. Because after a long
Yeah, for
day,
sure.
after multiple days, you feel it.
Yeah.
Like when you're
It's hard
home,
not
when you
to.
You're
get home,
human. Yeah.
you feel the weight on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You feel the stress. And so to not feel that,
Mhm.
I mean, that's a perfect world, right? That's what we were taught to do, right? Jesus said, cast all your cares and fears at his feet. But, it's
Mhm.
not, I fail a lot,
It's a constant
right? Yeah, it's
struggle.
a constant
Yeah.
struggle, but, it can be done.
Mhm.
Yeah. Are we missing a camera? No. Oh. Yeah. So that's pretty much, how I deal with it.
Mhm.
And then also, even though it's difficult, like spending time with the family. It's you go home. It's funny because I work with half my family here at Abraham. Obviously, it's my brother now, and then I go home and it's like my dad and my brothers and his family, and we don't get to see each other often too much. But when we do, it's just like hanging out with my niece
Mhm.
because she's it's a bundle of joy.
Oh yeah. For sure.
She has so much energy, and she's always like, oh, so it's nice, spending time with her when we get home from work and stuff like that,
She
and
brings
just
life to the
de-stressing.
house.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Yeah. Because before it was all boys. It was just all boys.
It's a big change then.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
for
huge
sure.
change.
Yeah.
No one had a daughter except for I think like my far cousins.
Oh wow.
And so
It's always been boys.
yeah, and my dad's entire generation.
Oh,
has
she's a
been
little
mostly
princess
boys.
then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, she gets a lot of love. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of like how we do it.
Wow.
Yeah. How do you de-stress after a long day?
I go to sleep.
Yeah. Well, when you wake up,
Yeah.
it's all gone.
No, when I wake up, I mean, I work out, so
Yeah.
that helps a lot,
That's
like
your
a ton,
energy. That's
for
where
sure.
you de-stress.
Oh yeah.
Let it go.
Mhm.
Do you do like music?
Oh yeah, music. Yeah.
What's your
And
jam when you work out?
country.
Oh, it's like Blake style.
I know we were just talking about that yesterday.
That's hilarious. What's
Yeah.
what like Taylor Swift?
No. Oh no.
No,
Oh,
she listens to the
gosh.
good country.
No. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Like real country,
Yeah.
real
Like
country
real, like
music.
slow, like
Yeah. Mhm.
Like
with some twang in it.
like who's that? Like name
So I like
who's your
Morgan
favorite?
Wallen, Nate Smith,
Like I have
William.
no idea who you guys are talking about.
William Ziders for sure. Luke Bryan. It's a lot.
Is Luke Bryan the judge on the
Mhm.
on America's?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know him and the other dude that married that one lady.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah, he's
Blake
on that.
Shelton?
Oh yeah, and I know Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
She's classic.
Yeah,
Who's your favorite?
Favorite?
Yeah.
Man, there's just too many good ones. I don't
Yeah,
have
I
a
know.
favorite.
Yeah, I don't have
I
a
like the
favorite.
old, like early 2000s, 90s.
Yeah.
Like sometimes a little bit older too. Just
Yeah?
depends on my mood.
do you guys go to that show in stage? Is it in Norco?
Oh my god, yeah. It's what is it called?
It's not Stagecoach.
No, it's not
Stagecoach is the big one.
Yeah.
Boots in the Park.
Boots in the Park.
Yeah. Have you gone?
Yeah, I've been once.
What?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was pretty good. You know,
Yeah?
I honestly, crowds and a lot of people aren't my thing,
Uh-huh.
but it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Like, seeing them in live in person, because that was my first concert. Yeah, I don't ever go to concerts.
Dang, see, I wanted to go.
A lot of people go, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think it's a
packed.
big show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't been, and you're a big country music.
No,
fan,
I
right?
haven't been. Nope. I was supposed to go actually, but you know, plans change.
It's always been country music since you're a
Oh,
kid.
since I was little, yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. Country and R&B.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, it's a shocker.
What kind of music do you listen to? I know you listen to a lot of Christian.
I
Yeah.
that's the
worship.
only.
That's the only thing?
I only listen to
Yeah.
Christian music. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I made that change probably. It's probably been like 15, 20. It's been a long time.
Oh, that long?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Like growing up, like high school, college, like Korean, like high school was probably like R&B, 102.7 Kiss FM, and then like I love the old school jams, like I don't know if it's still around, like 103.5.
Yeah,
It's like called The Coast. It's like it was
The
all
Coast.
love songs, like
Yeah.
slow love,
Oh,
not like
really?
love songs, but it's the slow songs, right? So that was my jam back then, and then that's when like K-pop music was getting really popular. It's not the same type of K-pop music it is now,
Yeah.
but and I went to a very heavy like Korean like dominant like high school, so I was getting a lot of that K-pop music, and then but getting into college, it's like old school rap songs, and like hip hop, like
Mhm.
Tupac, Biggie, like but Biz Markie, but like old school, like today's rap and like 20 years ago rap is like completely different.
Yeah.
Like the genre is
Yeah,
different, you
for
know.
sure.
And so I was never into country, but that was just none of my friends I knew were into country music, so we're all kind of like listening to the same
I
popular.
think it's whoever
music
you're
back then.
around, huh?
Yeah,
Honestly,
pretty
that's
much.
what you fall into, right?
Yeah. And then I don't know, like 20 years ago, it was just like I stopped listening to all of that. I tuned it all
It's
out.
probably for the best though.
Yeah. Well, because it's like my parents always, it tells us what we listen
you
and what
listen to, yep.
we listen to and we watch,
Mhm.
we're absorbing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that conscious decision to stop listening to that, and that's why I consciously stopped like watching TV. I mean, I'm still stream like Netflix every once in a while just to like relax a bit, but yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not really into.
You don't give it too much of your energy.
Following
No.
shows.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Yeah, I don't watch
Yeah.
shows like
No Farmer Wants a
Mary,
Wife.
yeah, Farmer Wants a Wife or anything like that. Yeah. So, but I was always into sports too, though.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was a
Big
sports
basketball
fan.
guy, right?
Yeah, I was big.
Basketball?
Every sport, any sport,
Wow.
you name
Oh.
it. Like, if you called me up at 2:00 in the morning and said you want to go play ping pong, I'd be like, "Yep."
Ping
Like,
pong?
anything. I was super competitive, but I just love playing every sport out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, could be anything.
Do you think that helps you in business? Like bring that competitive drive to the business to be like, I want to win.
I don't know. I don't think of it as I want to win in this
Mhm.
business. It's how can I like I don't know. Like I don't know. The mindset for me is just
Shifted.
like just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Like we haven't done anything yet.
Mhm.
Like even my mindset now is like, I think I'm like top 3%, but I still feel like I got so much to go. You can't settle ever.
No,
Mhm.
always has to be driven.
Yeah. Like, and there's a cap with like real residential real estate. Like, you can only work so many hours and have so many clients
Mhm.
because if you don't start, like, you're capped because you're one single person.
Yeah.
Like, how many deals can you actually handle by yourself?
There's only so much time in it. Can we
Yeah.
talk about that? Like, what are your end goal? Like, what are you trying to get to?
like, you know, like I'm trying to develop. Like I want to take the next steps to get into development. Like I want to go build, and I want to build like loft style with retail on the bottom. But I want to build anything. I want to build
Mm.
single family homes. I want to build communities. I don't want to build like one off. I don't want to buy a lot,
Custom homes.
build a house,
Yeah.
and sell that house. I want to
Mhm.
build like 100 homes,
Mhm.
you know, 1,000
Wow.
homes. Like I want to be like KB Polte, right? I want to have a national brand. So that's my end goal. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about the Pomona project we got going on. So it's a big like shift in the market for us.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what's going on with the Pomona project?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so I have an investor who called me up. They're building 100 townhomes in Pomona. So we're in the final stages of getting all the paperwork together. So we're super excited because we're supposed to break the ground in like the next couple of months.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're like ground floor, like
Mm.
in it with him from the very beginning. Like we're always once a week we're connecting over the phone, talking about where the plans are, what kind of flooring, everything from flooring to like, you know, you name it,
Mm-hmm.
what colors, what paint scheme that we're trying to use.
Wow.
Yeah, we have the schematic designs and everything.
Every step of the process.
Every step of the
like even
process.
us going out to Vegas,
Yeah.
like we're just there just to learn, because that's kind of where I want to go too, is development side too. Is just,
Mhm.
so we're both kind of like this learning as we go, and we kind of, you know, like he learns something, he bounces ideas off of me and
Yeah.
what he learns and stuff. So.
Yeah,
Wow.
International Builders Show. So we got like free tickets to go there. It's just, I guess, this big convention every year in Vegas where all the builders come, and then everyone is showcasing their new products, right, for the year, for how to build homes.
Yeah.
Everything from irrigation systems to structural to
the
roofing
minor
material,
stuff.
minor stuff, all the way
Mhm.
to like toilets and new toilets, sinks. I mean, you nuts and bolts. I mean, they were selling everything. It was
You
crazy.
could build a house out of whatever they had there.
Yeah.
They had everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I never expected that show to be like that. So that was pretty cool. We got to go meet. So we went to go meet the developer and also one of our lender partners on the deal. And so, you know, we're making that connection for them as well. So it's a
Wow.
big deal for us. And so when you come in, like you're gonna be like hitting the ground running.
Yeah.
And that's what excites me, because like you're actually putting in the work right now
Mm-hmm.
and doing like, it's like, hey, this is what you should be doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah. Have you always been like that? Like,
honestly, I've never the only chance I would probably have to like be like that is like in school, but I'm not a school person. So
I
so
think-
other than that,
I think most of the agents
Just-
and myself on this team are not school.
Yeah, not
School's
my
in-
thing either.
you know,
No.
me
Yeah.
neither.
Maybe Michelle. Michelle
Michelle's
loves
pretty
studying.
smart.
Michelle's
Yeah.
pretty smart. Michelle's
Pretty
the smartest one.
smart.
Michelle's the smartest one in our office.
She's really smart.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
kick it
not
to her.
yeah.
She loves goodies. Yeah.
Little treats.
Finger treats, snacks. Yeah, get on her good side. She runs my entire office.
Dang, now I know.
Yeah. She's the secret boss here. Yeah. Everything goes through Michelle. Right, Michelle? Are you hitting a buzzer right now? Are you making some noise? Did I hit the winner? Winner, chicken dinner. There you go. Yeah. What's up? What else are we talking about? Anything? Anything you want to get off your chest? Anything you want to say? Talk about? This was fun. I want more. I want to have more fun with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting to know people and talking about our days.
Mhm.
This is a way to decompress. Talk about our stressful days.
Yeah, feels relaxing.
You know, talk smack on our clients. What? Can you believe she said that? Right? And you're gonna be here because when I talk to my clients, it's all on speaker.
Mm-hmm. We hear
Mhm.
So,
everything.
yeah.
Everything that whoever's in the office hears the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I let everyone hear it. I'm like,
Mhm.
but I think like one of the biggest things I realized I can do after the experience that I have is to tell my clients no and not let them walk all over me. And that was like one of the hardest things
See,
to do.
that
is
seems
to say
hard.
no.
Yeah.
Right? Like the one difficult client I have right now, like I was getting a lot of pushback because she left me no choice. Like I'm doing everything I possibly can to get her house on the market and in a timely manner. And there was always pushback, and she was always changing the schedule. And, my contractors and we forked out, we're out of pocket almost $30,000 to help her, with the staging, with the remodeling and everything that we did, everything from the details to like getting all the trash removed from our house to
Coordinating everything.
coordinating everything. And even just like last minute details like smoke detectors, all of her smoke detectors. She had like 12 smoke detectors, and they were all beeping. Like half of them were beeping. And open house was Saturday. My handyman went out Friday morning, fixed everything, and she was unhappy with the price. And she was like fighting me. She's like, I'm not paying for it. And before, the old me would have been like, well, I'm sorry, but it's like, I guess I'll have to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like I don't know what to say. And
Mm-hmm.
it's more like, hey client, like I'm sorry, but I'm not paying for it either. This is your house and you left me no choice but to, do this. And it's a great investment because you're gonna have to replace these smoke detectors in escrow anyway, right? And so, you know, when I said that, she wasn't happy, but she was like, okay. Because she kept saying she's not paying for it. She's not paying for it. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I'm not paying for it. It's not my house. You hired me to do a specific job,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm doing it to the best of my ability. And I told her, I was like, you're going to be happy once I sell your house. You're going to be happy with
Was
the
she happy?
price. I wouldn't say she's happy. She's not, said anything, but she's moving pretty quickly
Yeah.
on the paperwork. So I'm pretty sure she's happy. Like she only wanted $1 million. She's like, $1 million. I'm selling my house. Like that was the interview process. Like,
Mhm.
she interviewed several agents. I told her my commissions. I told her what I could do for her. And she wanted to hire me. She was stuck on commissions. She goes, you need to lower your commission. And that's what everyone else was offering. I said, everyone else is offering the discounted commissions because they can only sell your house for this
Mhm.
price. And
Yeah.
I'm going to help you get more for it.
Mhm.
But I like to under promise and over deliver. I just can't tell you what I'm going to get, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get you a little over $1 million. So it took like a month negotiating with her, and I finally told her, fine, I'll match it because I want to earn her business.
Mhm.
And it's a good price point, and eventually we did all of this stuff for her and $150,000 more than she was looking for.
Dang.
But that's not the best part. The best part is the market value on your house is $1 million,
Mhm.
right? People are gonna be like, oh, you undervalued it, or I could have sold it for that much. No, like I'll pull the comps and I'll send it to
Yeah.
everybody. Right, all the model matches, it's $1 million, right? That's what the
Yeah.
houses are selling for in the neighborhood. And we're not the only house on the market right now. There's other homes for sale
Mhm.
that just aren't selling.
Yeah.
And so
That's the difference.
that's the difference,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, that's the park group difference.
Yeah.
Park group difference, right?
That's going back to that too, is like kind of like setting that boundary.
Yeah.
That's something I still have and had to make that shift.
Yeah.
That it's a hard thing to break because
Yeah.
it's like you want to help your clients as best as you can.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to draw that line. Because I was
Yeah.
like, for a while, I was like texting my clients. They'd be texting me, calling me like 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'd be responding. I'm like, Samuel, is this normal? He's like, why are you responding? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta set that timeline. Like,
Yeah.
like we still have other lives and people have to be respectful of your time.
Yeah.
And so I think it's definitely something in the beginning when you're hungry for that business. Is that
Mhm.
it's tough, but you have to set those
Yeah.
boundaries for yourself.
Yeah, like in the beginning, like like I never had brokers. I never had anyone coach me or mentor me in real estate. And so I was the one picking up calls 11, 12, 1 o'clock, responding to texts. I get a text at 5 a.m. and I wake up and I'm returning a text. Right? I did that for years.
Yeah.
Because no one told me not to.
Mhm.
And I just felt like that's what I was supposed to do, right? Because I'm always all in. Like I'll go and do whatever I need to. 'Cause I come from a place of I want to take care of my clients.
Mhm.
But I think I just realized throughout through the course, I'm supposed to take care of myself first. And that's what we're right. I need to take care of myself. I want to take care of others. And
It will help you perform,
yeah,
at your best ability.
yeah. And so now I coach. It's like, no, you got to set boundaries a little bit. In the beginning, you kind of got to right. You have to put in the work, but putting in the work and responding to calls at 12 and 1 o'clock is two different things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So now you know.
Now I know.
If your client calls you at 11, they can wait till
Hey.
tomorrow. Unless the text is like, "Hey, my house is on fire.
My house is burning down.
Like,
Call me back.
I'm gonna run over there with a cup of water and spray it all over that. So do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. This has been fun.
Yeah.
One last, what do you call it? Statement, Destiny.
What?
One last thing you want to tell people. This is your chance. This is your Hollywood moment. This is your 15 seconds of fame.
Millions of
Michelle has the perfect button ready to go after your statement right here.
Well, once I'm licensed, you better be ready.
Yeah, there you go. You trying to rap? That sounds like a rap to me.
Yeah, the whole hand gesture and everything.
There you go. That did look country to me.
That's
Very
funny.
cool. All right, guys.
Cool.
Thanks for joining me today.
Thank
Of
you.
course,
Alright.
thank you.
Sounds good.